Hi, favorite. Welcome to the vlog. Spend the day with me. Well, and some of the day, say hi, friend.
Hi everyone.
We're at the hardware because I realized I don't have dial sticks long enough for the cake I'm working on. So I just stopped working. When I get back, you guys are going to join me. I'd already filled, and you guys are going to crumb with me and finish the rest of the process with me. It's a wedding cake I have going out tomorrow. I'll see you guys when we're back home. They don't have it. I don't know. Like, this is the one I trusted to have it. Let's check it, the other one. But the one that I build it as I'm because build it with a shell. Aria gamamra obil.
No, I mean like whatever.
So well. Look at. Oh, look, you know the dial sticks. The butter jelly tata.
Oh, mastiki.
Eh.
I fed them. I have fed it. Kilra laudia mafel.
I'm a second in yan.
Ground.
I'm not going to have a day when everybody am mama would do gone.
I guess I get work at Saragya, but Varadodia. Mafia lava. Restaurant. I fed them.
Okay.
Regular.
Rebel days, I don't think I'll come and exit video. Hi there, favorites. I am tidying up the series of 7 days of pretty with a pretty two-tier, a very sexy, very slim two-tier wedding cake that I made actually not too long ago, right before Father's Day. So probably like 3 weeks ago at this point, maybe a month. Let's land on a month and stuff. I know I promised you guys my lemon and raspberry sponge. I looked at that footage and I did not shoot properly. There's so many things that are not in shot. It's like the way I'm putting the recipe together, I think I'm going to lose you. I have to just re-record that entire thing because I'm so eager to share the recipe with you guys. I have to re-record that entire thing and share it with you guys in a way that's going to make sense. It's not all of the footage that's not making sense, but some of the ways I did the measurements I'm not happy with. I want to do certain conversions, have things in cups as much as possible so more people can participate. I'm trying to put up my recipes in a way where I can avoid the scale where I can, even though that means a bit more accuracy, weighing out in grams and stuff. I'm aware that some of the people that may be like learning or just want to bake for home may not have a kitchen scale on hand, but cups are things that we usually find in the home, measuring cups and things like that. So I'm like, certain things that are weighed out in grams, especially liquids and things like that, I need to do those conversions and have them for you guys in meals where I can. And that's why you didn't get that recipe in our 7 days of pretty, but you will have it soon. I promise you will have it soon because I want to get into sharing recipes and testing recipes with you guys. That is really something that I really want to do with you all. This is a 6-inch. It's the bottom tier, and I'm going to stack it with a 4-inch. It used to be my tall slim tier. I've made it a couple of times for different purposes. Like if I know that somebody's going to be traveling, I've done it with people that I have a good relationship with, where I've told them, listen, I would prefer to design this cake or the size of cake for pickups. It's not a big enough cake for it to warrant transportation, but it's delicate enough that if I make the top tier too big, it's hard to transport. You see in this instance, I made her tier as sexy and as slim and tall as I wanted it to be, because I knew that it's a local thing and I was going to go drop it off for her. I also wanted her to just have like a really sexy cake. So the original design that I'd made for this has a smaller top tier. December last year, I baked for baby Rapelang and I made her the strawberry thing. I posted some on my social media. I don't know why I'm not keeping on top of sharing nice content like that. But I had to reduce the size of her top tier, and her mom and I had a back and forth about it as to what to do because she's all the way in PLK and I needed to travel the distance. It's too slim. I don't know how to explain it. It's too tall, it's too slim, and this will only work if I am going to assemble on site or if I'm delivering that if something is to happen, I can repair it. I've also done it for my very good friend Clooney for her daughter's birthday, her 5th birthday. It was a ballerina theme. So pretty, so tall, so sexy, so gorgeous. But anyway, I ended up finding the dowel sticks. Lost that footage, as is the nature of these things. You actually see the relief on my face when I find the dowel sticks at the hardware in Devilsloaf. And I say as much that I talk so much smack about Mjajisloaf that it's a dying town, it's a dead town, but it's where I managed to find quite a few things, including my beloved Malati fresh cream. So I think I need to start saying nicer things about Mjajisloaf, okay? It's not dying, it's beautiful. It is actually beautiful though. That much it is. I had a fun day at the LAR school there a couple of weeks ago. You guys saw that as well. So I need to put some respect. Gotta put some respect on Mjajisloaf, okay? And stop talking smack the way I do about that small little quaint town. I mean, it doesn't work, but you know, what can you do? What can you say, okay? This is a 4-inch. Like I said, I keep the dowel in as I'm working to keep it steady. Again, lost the footage of me icing that, but you guys have seen me ice cake, okay? The rule of thumb when doweling, like I'm using straws now, is that I think I've probably said this, but I'll repeat it in videos in case people haven't seen it. How you know how many sticks to use, I'm using straws in this instance. The tier isn't that big or heavy. It should hold just fine. But the rule is that the size of the pan of the sponge coming on top is how many pillars you need, how many dowels, how many straws you need. So I'm going to top this with a 4-inch. I added 4 straws. Also, the base of the bottom tier will tell you there's simply not enough room to add 6. It'll tell you that you're simply doing a little bit too much. That's insane. You know, cut that out. Don't do that. And all of that stuff. But yeah, this is usually nerve-wracking. Stacking can be so nerve-wracking, you know that? But with the smaller tiers, not as much. Not as much, I think. But I really do think I should start making my tiers such that they are accessible to people. The Maha's cake that I posted, the black and pink one, people asked about it. Like, am I really not going to figure out how to add it? I don't want the tears, you guys. I don't want the tears of people's cakes not getting to their destinations because they're just too delicate. Some things we need to enjoy them for what they are. That is for looking at and for content. We had a hard enough time with the 6-inch in the beginning, the mini skyscraper, and I've managed to make it work, and we just gotta stick right here, okay, and keep it there and keep it cute. I did a little bit of fondant work on this cake because that design called for it. The bottom tier is this like fondant roughly detail. The thing about ganache is that unlike buttercream, at room it doesn't get to room temperature in that it's like sticky. So I have to use something that will function as an adhesive. That's what you see me spreading there. I believe I sprayed buttercream. You can spread like, I don't know what other people sprayed, but I sprayed buttercream because I know it's not going to set on me before I put it on the cake. So I won't spread melted ganache. It's just going to set on me before I put it on there, and I don't need that. This also gives me room to just peel it right off, and then I can scrape it off quite easily because it's oilier. The textures are such that you can really wipe it off the other cake, the ganache and stuff. If I use ganache and I stick it on and I won't take it off, it might rip some of that ganache on there, and I don't want that. But we went in with this. I textured some of this, but we have like a unfinished, roughly rough end where you just pull you pull the fondant. It's not very, there's no tool or anything. There's just like the wispiness that you end up with at the end is because you just pulled ever so gently. You see what I'm doing? Like you pulled ever so gently and stuff, and it forms this like organically looking roughly pattern that's like swirling around the cake. And that this is from that original design that she asked for after she went through my page. I think she went through our social media page, but also she's friends with Magoma, who is our assistant, and they helped each other choose the cake and stuff. So I was quite like really fond of the fact that they landed on this. I would love to do more wedding cakes. I really would love to do more wedding cakes. I think there's also this assumption that people just can't afford wedding cakes. The other thing we need to remember is that people be drinking. People get to drinking and they don't want to indulge in the sweet treats and stuff. And really, you just want the cake for the vibe. Growing up, people would be like, 100 rand KK Katiwi type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So we know that not everybody gets to have the cake, but like you can have a pretty cake. You see what a cute cake they're going to have at the end that fits in with the overall vibe that they were doing. It was a Magadi celebration type thing, which is still a wedding to me. I really think it's a wedding. I don't think, I know it is. It's a wedding and stuff. It's just a traditional wedding. And, you know, we tend to think of it as, we come up with different terms for it. It's even funnier in my language that we're adamant about like using an Nguni term to describe something we have a name for. Ke magadi, y'all look weird. What is a lobola luncheon? Ke magadi, ba fetisha magadi. Le kitikata ba ba fetisa magadi. It has a name. Okay, you have your own language that you need to keep alive. It's getting weird. Lobola luncheon, oh my god. Just stab me in the eye, baby. But anyway, yeah, I did a marbly kind of effect to bring back in like a subtlety of the beige that she's running with. Very subtle belly there. Right up front in person, you can see it with this bottom frill, the bottom fondant frill. I went in with that like level of detail there that I didn't do with the other frilly bits. It wasn't that hard to do. It wasn't that tricky. You know, it's very subtle belly there. And we finished off with faux flowers. The original also has faux flowers on it. And she asked for less though. I don't think I did a lot on the original one as well. So I don't know. I basically just stuck to the same feel and stuff. And she's very happy. She's very happy with the cake that we provided for her. And we're all on the same page. And yeah, man, we did the delivery. That was nerve-wracking because of the roads. But yeah, that is that for 7 days of pretty. Bye. Morning. We are going to drop off our cake. I don't generally do deliveries, but special occasion and all. And it's close enough. It's literally like in the same ghetto. Like, ooh, how pretty. I know it's going to be too big for the box, but it'll survive the trip. That's the other reason it's not on the menu. That's the other reason it's not on the menu. That I would need to figure out a new packaging situation for people who are collecting, because it's not gonna work. Because it's me, I would know how to make it work. I need to seal this top. I realized that I didn't seal where I had that skewer to balance this as I was icing. It looks unfinished. Yeah, okay. I'm just closing it. Just a little tiny hole. My grandma, my assistant, is at this wedding. It's one of her best friends. So she's going to tell me when they left the church, right? So that I don't have this thing sitting out at like displaying for too long and people on there. But now I'm realizing we're gonna get like stuck in the traffic. They're almost done, so I'm gonna leave before. We're gonna get like boxed in with the traffic of people arriving, and we're gonna have a hard time getting out. So we have to get there before everyone, so we can set up, take pictures, and go. You know what? I don't have pictures. Not one. Just arrived the back of the tent before everybody gets here. Let's see if there's a spot for my cake. Tobel. Rona le kae? Motho a dekho ke man. Le kae? Didi, hi. Sorry. I'm Didi. Hi, Anissa. Where does the cake go? Is that how much? I'm gonna have to do a voiceover anyway because of the music. She made it! Right? We were so scared. The roads are so bad. Oh my God. Darling. Feel of the entire vibe then. The bar.
1, 2. 1, 2.
A lot of
1, 2.
overflow.
Check mic 1, 2.
We love
1, 2.
a backdrop. Zero 72. We're all done with cake. I have to go finish up deciding what I'm doing for the Father's Day special. And then really I'm tidying up my weekend, but I need to spruce up my baking room and stuff. But yeah. Your old me would have been like, let's get some wine. Oh my goodness, who is she?